Hi, my name is Elena Holloman, and I will be interviewing my mother, Yvette Holloman, about her opinions on women's rights. So, you ready?
I am ready. Thanks, Elena, for having me.
All right. So, first question: how do you feel about women's rights?
That's a good question. I often feel as though it's kind of a sad item that we have to have. The fact that we have to have the term women's rights is disappointing. We are humans, and just because we are a different gender should not mean that we have to have a specific movement to have equal rights. Every human born should have basic rights, and so I just think it's unfortunate we have to have it. But in light of the fact that most women in the world do not have equal rights, and I am glad that there has been a movement over the many decades that it's been around, and the progress that it's made for women have been very beneficial. So,
All right. And now, next question: should women be allowed to do whatever they want with their bodies?
yes, resoundingly 1,000% yes. Women are actually the only gender that give birth, so I don't think that anyone else should decide what a woman does with her body, whether she chooses to have children or not, whether she chooses to seek certain types of health care. Really, nobody's business. We do not look at what men do with their bodies. So, in general, we have not, and we have definitely not legislated it. So, we should not be doing that to women either.
All right. And do you believe that the gender pay gap is real?
Yes, I do. Considering the age that I am, I've seen it in action for many years. There have been a lot of studies done that show that women overwhelmingly make less money than men, even with the same type of preparation, education, and experience. I think it's very damaging to our society. There are a lot of single mothers that are sole breadwinners for their homes, and they juggle jobs and home life, their children, and all things that go on. So, if anything, they prove that they are very qualified to handle even more than men do, because they take care of their jobs, their responsibilities, and their children. I think it's damaging to children to grow up in homes where their mothers make less than their male counterparts. Those children are deprived of things that they could have if their mothers made just as much as other men do.
All right. And how do you feel about women being deprived of their rights in other countries?
I wish that it didn't exist. I think that there are a lot of cultures in the world that don't see women as equal citizens, and that's unfair. It doesn't really have a sound basis. There's nothing that shows that having a girl in your family or a woman is damaging in any way. There's no reason for women to not have basic human rights anywhere in the world, especially considering as far advanced as our world is, our cultures are. Women have had a big hand in advancing everything across technology, medicine, all aspects of industry. Women have been very beneficial, and there are a lot of women that have taken part. So across the board, women should have rights everywhere in the U.S. and abroad.
And finally, how can we make sure that women are given the same rights and opportunities as men?
Well, in the U.S., the biggest way that we can make sure as women is by voting. We need to be very involved in voting for people that take our concerns and issues seriously, that have the best interests at heart of, us as women and as equal citizens in the U.S. So women have to be very heavily involved in the democratic process. Women need to become more involved in industries at the top levels so that they can enact rules within companies, policies within companies, so that women are treated fairly and equally. I think that, women just have to have the opportunity to affect change in different aspects of not only government, but also industry.
All right. Thank you for answering my questions. It's a pleasure to interview you.
It was a pleasure to be interviewed by you. Thank you, Elena.
Thank you, Mom.
Love you.